Just is in Fuerteventura, and we create one small auditorium underground. This auditorium can work in that way or in that way, and it's an excavate building. This is a model in concrete. We make a lot of model in concrete, in steel, or depend of the project. And this is only, I don't want to explain the project, only give to you a global view. This is like that. We excavate this place. This is just a small one. Sometimes this is a stage, sometimes it's a very small piece. It's only for, I think it's for 800 people. In that way, in another way, partitions, something like that. Like that. This is just a view from the section, ventilation. And this is a view from the night. And this is just the building. This is in concrete. We normally use the concrete sometimes. This, of course, we try to create the concrete with the rocks from the place. Sometimes, if the building is very big, the company puts near to the building, yes, all the factory, but reduce the building. If we are in urban spaces, of course, it's impossible, but if we are in the landscape, for them it's very nice. Sometimes we broke with the concrete that we see it later. This is one building, one project that now we finish, and this is a museum. This is a tower for the chair, because the chair don't have, and the nice part of this project for me is just you go down for a circle, and you have the chimneys with light, that chimney comes down, and this is the view from this amazing small town. You have the stage here, another, you have this view, and it's like that. The view. This is a very old project, but for me it's very nice because here is the first time that I have the feeling that I work with engineers and try to learn structure, try to learn a little about ventilation. Yes, it's a big chain of dimension in my formation. And this is a small athletic sport pavilion. And yes, this is the spaces, these are the concrete, it's like that. And the interior is like this. Steel, wood, ventilation, renovation. This is in fact, look like the light, but no, it's the light. If you analyze here the cables, this is a real beam. And the beam is just for because the gather, the normally are very thin, and they need just have some cable that fits for them for this stability to them. And these are houses, like you see before. And these are a project in Taiwan that invite to us, it's under construction now, invite to different 10 teams, and we are, our new office is between these 10 teams. It's in this place, and we must make 7 houses, and our proposal is something like that. A part of the program outside, and a part of the program we transform the landscape, and under which a part of the program, and up we put another one, something like that, like this. So the view here we play with concrete, but we are going to make a concrete with power of, they make the Buddha, and the Buddha they can make with a small layer of gold, but they have another like a power of gold. And we mix the concrete with that kind of gold. In fact, we see the concrete and the concrete is black, but in sometimes, depending on the light, have some small reflection, no is something really obvious. This is one swimming pool, 2 in Canary Island. Now we have the difference of the level. Yes, we have a free energy there. This is one of the small projects that I make in my life. It's 1 stair for 1 rocks in the middle of the Atlantic. But we like that our office sometimes make a report or small details or exhibition or workshops. And this is just the relation. This is the swimming pool and the relation between the swimming pool and the sea. And now this is one church that we're going to finish. And the church have 4 pieces. But the 4 pieces is the program. We are making a church for a very, very poor priest. Because there is a rich priest and another poor. And this is poor. And we try to make 4 pieces. Why? Because they have money and we make 1. They have more money, make 2, make 3, make 4. Yes, the program is like that. We come for here, very small. This is the piece number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. Here we have small rooms for bibliothèque, the people play guitar, all that kind of social meeting that make the church. And you go for here from the square, and go for here from another part of the square that is more deep. You can for here, can rest, and here can bigger. And you have the sensation that here come the light through the pieces. This is under construction. And here we make something is experience, because in fact this building is finished. This is a concrete with volcanic ash. In fact, you go inside and you don't see the volcanic ash. Everything will concrete, because the volcanic ash is on the back. And at the end, just to regulate the acoustic, if you brought more volcanic ash, you have more absorption. And you can find a balance, and maybe you can arrive between a little more than 1.2 seconds, maybe 1.4 seconds, no? And that you can, at the end of the building, you can regulate the building with that kind of work. This is under construction. This is Photoshop, this area. And this is true. And this is just, this is Photoshop too. And these are the pieces, no? And this is just volcanic ash. We painted the volcanic ash like that. The volcanic ash can absorb the noise. This is only white for outside. Why is white? Because here we have, a little reflection. When the volcanic ash is dark. And here we have another reflection. And with this you can have the light of the space for reflection. And these are the glasses between the pieces, no? Like the organ from the church. This is fixed because we are in Canary Island and you can make a natural ventilation because the weather there is very, very, very warm, very noisy. There is not too much difference. Okay. This is just one college, and here the nice from is all the details, all the balustrades, everything. That is one renovation of the building, so that is in wood. It's like that. And these are the rooms. Have 100. It's a college, a student in the university. It's a garden. It's a section like that. Concrete of this kind of places. This here, this is Fernando. We design everything, everything. This is like this, like here, a conference, small conference center. And this is the magma. This is one building that is my opportunity. I have the opportunity. For one side, during a lot of years, I think that is really very, very bad time for me. But now, I think that is my lucky, this building. Nick McMahon, that is here today. I remember meeting in my house, speaking together how we go to resolve all that kind of service. We are speaking about 15 years ago, something like that. and we don't know exactly. At the first we try to make with our computer, but at the end we work with Katia. We work with Katia, but at the same time we work with drawing by hand, with models by hand. It's a mix between very high technology and very simple system, because I made this project on the project. It sounds crazy, it's only one opportunity in my life, but I am really completely lost from the government for everything, and I can make everything that I like. This is impossible. Why the village is like that? Canary Island is rocks and sea. This is AutoCAD. This is a model in wood. This is something that you can move a little there. Oh, this is a little more here because I am living there. These are water rock for panels, palmers. These are covering. These are toilet. This is splattering. Each of the 14 pieces have one specific function. And between these, this is a big square, free space. In fact, this is the auditorium. And now come the another technology is Katia, 3-dimensional roof, and cover all this space. For example, this wall, these are acoustic diffuser on their own wall. Our acoustic gives us the dimension, and we put there. Look like a sculpted, but in fact are acoustic diffuser. These are the entrance. All the time is small, and you arrive to the space that is more than 3,000 square meters. You can have the partitions like the American system in 9 different pieces. This is one small for 30 places, because in the Congress with 300 places. This is 100. And everything is horizontal, very flexible. You can move. This is toilets and office. This is toilet. These are catering. Okay. This is our first models. And this is the first time that I can see really a little the building. This is the model. These are concrete, AutoCAD, artisan work. And this is the second one that comes from the factory. Like this, very exactly this. This is in Katia. This is another programs, and how they can work together exactly on the surface. This is a really nice opportunity. This is our scanner. At this time, one scanner of laser, maybe I don't know where we can find 15 years ago. For that, we create one. This is plastic. These are panels of wood. These are the pieces, 40 pieces, a wood. And now we come from sand, from black beach, from the beach. We cover all this with plastic, come with the sand, and now we put and try to create the ceiling, like here. These are the reflection, I want this absorption, speaking with the engineer. Small team, because we are not very big teams, but of course with more support than me. And this is the form of the ceiling. And now we put here this line of aluminium. And here we have another one. And here another one. And here we don't have nothing. This you can put between this and this, or you can put this. These have numbers, and they have letters, and they have numbers too. And now you can put between this, and here you can take the dimension very fast, and you can know all the frames of 4.80 for 4.80. All the frame you can have the dimension very fast, and you can draw the section by hand very fast. And now we are working with another projects, for example, with Reno, sometimes with Katia too, but this is very fast. And you can see with your eyes everything. These are all the points. These are nails. Here you have you remember the numbers? You see the holes? If you put here, you can take the dimension very soon and can make the section. And see if there is dimension for the beams or no. And this is just the project there. This is just papier mache, and we can move and now take the dimension too. And this is a computer model of resin, like the cars, like that. Now it's very easy to make models like that. And this is something very important for me, because in the moment that I see that kind of surface in lines like a topography, I say, oh my God, this is really intention. I can see this and I can understand that this is fluid, and I can see something strange. It's under construction. At these times, and I don't know if there is now, we don't find something because we have the roof same to the facade. Because here we don't have a problem with the water, like the Guggenheim, for example. The Guggenheim, everything is vertical, or maybe 30 degrees, or maybe 45, but no more than 45. If have more, they have down a normal roof. But here what happened? This roof comes like here, but there is ceiling and there is facade. And how we resolve everything with the same system? Because in fact, this is a waterproof membrane. This is a section. And we want, with cheaper layers, can solve the acoustic and no transmission between that side and side. If rain here, for example, we won't cut the transmission between the noise of this. And the ventilation with air is very important, because we are in Canary Island. And we patented this piece. This is a signing block of one elevator. This is like that. This is a signing block. First of all, without this piece, here we make that like a mouse. Something like here I put it inside the Sika product, and here there is two screws. And you make like that and fix down and make two holes. Each piece make two holes. Here we are safe for three. You need to make three things wrong. If you make one wrong, doesn't matter. If you make two wrongs, you make three wrongs, you are and because this waterproof membrane is Bitufa. The company said if you put one screw inside, you are safe. But I am not very sure. And for that, we take the decision. Here, you make a hole, and later you have, with this piece, you put over, and now you have, if the roof, in the moment that move, because on the roof between the night and the day, all the time is making like a, and you need to cut the noise. At the same time, this piece can move a little, and at the same time, you have this. In fact, we have 75,000 of these pieces, and we don't have one problem. These are the invention. If somebody won't know, I can explain the details. And this is in use. All the time looking for the shadow, the window, and this is like that. Interiors. These are the acoustic diffusion that I speak before in the old concrete. In fact, our orchestra, that the critics said that is one of the best in Spain, lots more come to this place to play than the auditorium. Is that right? This is inside, how is inside, you remember? Here is the diffusion. Here we have reflection, absorption. This wall is a little like that for the noise come here and go there. You have absorption, acoustic diffusion. Here for translation, for projection. And you can cut this, you see here the rails in 9 different pieces. Here you have the seats. We mix metallic with halogeno for try to make a cheaper maintenance. Halogenos for theater. So this is another part. But these are surfaces. The surfaces are really very, very hard to control the acoustic with the surface. I remember I moved here and even maybe this part half meter. What happened in the interior of the room? Maybe moved the ceiling 3 meters because the surface must be in tension. If not, it's like some crack or something like that. This is some rooms under construction. This is a lobby. And just something that really I like, and we are looking now in another project, you are right there and you don't see nothing. But the engineers are very happy because they have this big tube. They can work for here. And here you have detector, light, speakers, everything, because in fact this is like a form. The air is inside and the air comes down and you have the air. And you don't see one technical things, but inside is really flexible. This building have 2 things. One is for the public, and there is another building for the service. All the time is together. If you want to go to one place with one soup, you have a gallery, you have another corridor, but the soup don't mix with the people. This is the first presentation of the building. We have the first event. How we make the presentation of this new car there. They spent, the building is 30 million of euros. And they make, in this presentation, 6 million of euros during the 45 days. And I tell to my clients, you tell me that it's very expensive, this building? You can see what happened in 45 days? So, no, because I think our work noise, not at the end noise is very expensive. And this is just this is very old, but I try to foresee. This is something crazy. This is with my old partners. And I have the sensation that, the observatorium from Mendelssohn in Berlin are in concrete. And you see, no, this observatorium is in concrete. And we try to make the same. If, of course, have a lot of influence to Mendelssohn. But more later, one day I go to Boston in Berlin, and I discover that the observatorium is in concrete. It's in plastic. And we spend a lot of new energy, and this is very difficult. We see the tension with the panel of the wood, how change, for example, here, for trying to create this tension. This is a small building, and we work in the own building, but this gives to us the experience for making now another kind of experience. This is inside. And this is, for example, one building with my old partners that we finished about 6 years ago, and it's one school. And here is in concrete, and we played with a product transparent. I think Akbild use that kind of product, a lot of years ago, something like that. And this is a project that is a competition that we are making in Taiwan. And this is a private houses for rich people. They invite to Saha, to us, to another, and just they won't make that floor have 1,000 square meters. Of course, maybe they can cut into pieces for 500 meters and make houses with 500 meters. And our idea is to make these pieces, and on the middle are the gardens, because the name is our garden. And of course make a wall, because they are for rich people, they want to have the sensation that they are safe. This is the view. Just very near is just the tower 110. This is the evolution. At the first we think like that, later we make like that, and later we take the decision of make a different experience in plastilina because it's very, very fast. And we don't like this, we take the decision of because this is no 1 billion of us have influence to the another architect. This is how it's small, this is just like a yin yang for them. And this is how it's at the end. The concept is like that, concrete, and garden in the middle. Like the garden is going outside for the window. And this is a model in bronze. It's a model like this, about like this. This is a process of the model. This is our position. This is a famous tower. And this is introduction on the place. I don't know, the place is very gray, and we try to make more gold, more yellow, something more like that. We try to analyze the different stone that they have there. We visit different companies. We try to see marbles. And the history is like that. They have quick earth, and for that we take the decision of take away the columns of the building and make walls like a paper for give stability, because our client tells us the client really won't have the sensation that they are safe. This is the concept, our sections. And these are small projects that we make in Lanzarote. And we propose for one installation, this is a wall that we painted in fluorescence pigment, and in the night you can find that kind of effect for 30 seconds or something like that. 30, yes, half minute or this corner, something like this, or this tube, small, something like this. This is one exhibition. We try to make sometimes small things because the auditorium, everything is very long way, and we need some fresh and some short things on the middle or short or teach or something. These are fluorescence pigment with the concrete. And this is one competition that we won with Menis. This is a human heritage city. This is the city hall, this is the government, and this is this place, the place. And we make 4 pieces here. Why? Because this is the bar, restaurant, office. Yes, they used that open, I can explain that, 24-hour open. This is the small building for 300 people. And this is for 1,000. And this is for the machines and everything, all the surface of the building. And now, if this is all the time to 22 degrees, between 20 degrees and 22 degrees, but this can stay 16 degrees, 18 degrees, and you can, in the moment that you go to use, you can change and give and make the space more warm. This is the reason why we have 4. This is the urban planning that we want. This is just our reference. This is La Iglesia Santa Maria. And this, the idea is recycle this idea from to our building. And it's a white concrete, a little gray. And then we found one in Poland that produced this gray but really very white. And the price is from the gray concrete, cement. And these are the inside. I try to explain that it's like a inside all is concrete with brick. And sometimes it's concrete for outside. Now this is like a sculpture on the garden. This is just a 24-hour building number 1, office, restaurant, looking to the south in Poland, like here, very important. And this is the stage, Shamar stage. And this is the inside. The reflection of the pieces, no? This is a photo from the competition. And we have now, and then you can see the ceiling, horizontal, you can move the seats. This is like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the concept inside is concrete brick. Under, I try to go faster. The stage, now they want bigger, and the building is like that. And now they here, you can work this open, or you can close here, close there, make 2 elements at the same time, balconies, entrance. This is the scanner that we use now. This is a laser scanner, but very cheaper. We have a clock from the kitchen, and 1 camera, and a laser, and then each second have 1 photo, and we can put inside to the river. Our laser is, the cost is 80 euros, something like that. And this is the system from the camera, the laser, and we scan the. And this is just the elevators, and we make everything. And this is how it's. And now comes the history of the acoustic. They won't arrive between 1.1 second to 2 seconds. And just they propose to us, of course, put absorption for solve that kind of changes. But what happens if you make a place very nice for the orchestra? If you want change to the theater, it's like here. If you want to speak without a microphone like a theater, you have a lot of absorption and you need to speak very high. And for that, we try to resolve this not with absorption, with change of volume. First of all, we try to open the holes on the roof for trying to use, like a guitar, more reverberance on the back and a little absorption. And we play with a lot of models, computer model and some acoustic model in a scale 150, but we don't find a nice solution. And we take the decision of change. These are the pieces now, but these pieces come down, really come down, no? And you go to see these pieces, no? Come up and down. These are the different functions. This is one exhibition of cars, dancing, dinner, fashion, different events, different orchestra outside, orchestra in the middle. This is the place, orchestra, summer stage. This is our first acoustic model. This is in the river, glass for inside, a small model at the moment. And this is the roof. These pieces come down and come to this area. We change the relation between one people 10 cubic meters with one people 6 cubic meters of volume of the space. Each of these pieces come each about 50 tons and come down and up. But we want that at the moment that the pieces come down, we have another type of space. To show you the pieces on the top, the holes, the second, and this is the space. And these are the pieces. How the pieces is coming down, and in the moment that we are down, we have another new space. We have about 200 people, no, 100, 150 or something big. We lost that, but now we have the theater with another type of volume. Here we have machines for put up and down. We make a lot of tests. Before we work in Valencia, and now we make the test in motion, in Poland. And this is like that. And these are the tests. This is just, this is for example, our brick concrete with 8,000 tons. Because yes, it's very important how fix the brick to the concrete, and later we broke the concrete. No? That's the test. It's under, we broke the surface with Roman hammer. This is the surface that we have at the end. We want everything because the city is on everything is in brick. This is just the last test that we want. Our acoustic making test, trying to see different process of contraction on the project. We make everything like artisan. This, of course, we make this in the university in Valencia, and we try to go there. Everything is in a small scale. And this is another type. This is a volcanic ash, and this is for the lobby, because in the lobby we don't want reflection, we want absorption, and we change the brick for volcanic ash. And this is a view from the building.